sentiment are on the rise. These sentiments are on the rise in South Africa. Now, Nigeria, on a cruise the internet, Nigeria has flown home 268 citizens from South Africa amid rising anti-migrant tensions, with nearly 1,000 Nigerians registering for repatriation. Yeah, Ghana, Zimbabwe, and Malawi have also evacuated some of their nationals. Yeah, so listen, if folks are leaving voluntarily, yeah, then you get the feeling that, the situation is actually bad. They're obviously not feeling safe. Now, many migrants, they say, no longer feel safe due to growing xenophobic attacks and threats ahead of a June 30th deadline pushed by anti-immigration activists. South Africa, remember, has an unemployment rate of above 30%, and it has seen migrants blamed for job shortages and pressure on public service. Right, their public service. Yeah, listen, we've had enough of this conversation, right? It's very hard to reason with South Africans. You really can't solve the unemployment crisis, by now turning at the immigrants into the enemy, right? You need to hold your government into account. You get... Yeah, apparently President Cyril Ramaphosa has announced tougher immigration measures, but warned citizens against taking the law into their own hands. Now, another thing you need to remember is that South African local government elections they're due to go down. It's going to be happening on the 4th of November this year. Of course, they're approaching. There's a few concerns. Yeah, we're talking extensive corruption, financial mismanagement, poor economic performance, crumbling infrastructure, declining service delivery, and increasing public dissatisfaction with the democracy as it is. But the biggest issue is, of course, to do with immigration, right? And then, obviously, what this political class in South Africa does is they can never take responsibility, yeah, over the fact that they haven't, lived up to the promises that they made. This Ramaphosa government is not sorting out its people. The citizens of South Africa. And now what they're doing is they're actually slow to castigate these activists, these anti-immigration activists, right? We're not seeing people being arrested, right? Yeah, so obviously politicians, it's like they incite, some of these quote-unquote activists, anti-immigration activists, right? So, listen, I blame the government, the South African government, for all the mess that's in their country. Yeah? Because whenever you see now economic frustrations turning into, blame games, now we're blaming anti-foreigners, yeah. Literally now, everything is just becoming a mess. Everyone loses in this thing, right? So, guys, the motive is still the same. South Africa versus Mexico, we're not really supporting this team, no matter what. South Africans have to know that Pan-Africanism is a real thing. If you're not with us, if it's not solidarity forever, then you guys are going to have to be on solo mission. All right, Sawa. Right now I can see it's a couple of seconds to the top of the hour. Just a quick reminder about what's going to be going down tomorrow. This is, of course, by Kura. Now, Nairobi motorists should brace for fresh traffic disruptions after Kura announced partial closures on several major roads to allow ongoing bridge and drainage construction works. Now, the affected roads include Kenyatta Avenue, Valley Road, Jakaya Kikwete Road, partial closure from the 12th of June to the 12th of February. 2027. That's 8 months, guys. And then Haile Selassie Avenue, we're talking partial closure from the 12th of June to October 12th. That's going to be 4 months. And then Ngong Road, between Windy Ridge and Westwood Park Road, there's going to be partial closure from the 11th of June to the 18th of June, 2026. That's going to be about 1 week for installation of twin cross culverts. And then Kura also says the works are part of a broader infrastructure upgrade program aimed at improving traffic flow, road safety, and urban mobility in the long run. And then finally, motorists have been advised to use alternative routes, expect delays, and follow directions from traffic police and marshals managing the diversions. All right, Sawa. This hour, more music, more conversations. Remember, you can always stream live on www.spicefm.co.ke. Tunakazi.
More of the classics and the hits